I proposed to my girlfriend. She said yes for content, not for marriage. I'm a complete idiot and I need to get this off my chest because I genuinely don't know if I'm overreacting or if this is as insane as it feels. So, backstory. I've been with my girlfriend Marley for 3 years. She's a TikTok creator, around 120K followers, does the whole soft girl aesthetic thing. Lots of coffee shop content, outfit of the day videos, that vibe. I've always been supportive of it. I mean, she's good at what she does and I'm proud of her for building something. I'm a product designer at a tech company. Pretty regular job, steady income, nothing glamorous. I've always been the behind-the-scenes guy in our relationship while she's the face of things, and honestly, I was fine with that. I loved her. I thought she loved me. About 2 months ago, I decided I wanted to propose. I've been thinking about it for a while and everything felt right. We talked about marriage before. She'd mention wedding Pinterest boards, point out engagement rings she liked, talk about what kind of ceremony she'd want. I took all of this as green lights. I wanted to make it special for her. I know how much aesthetics and moments mean to her, so I went all out. I'm talking full cinematic production. I reached out to her close friend group, about 5 girls she creates content with regularly, and asked them to help me plan the perfect proposal. They were so enthusiastic about it. They helped me pick the location, a beautiful outdoor garden with string lights. They coordinated the timing for golden hour. They even suggested hiring someone to do fire dancing in the background and getting a drone for aerial shots. Looking back, I should have questioned why they were so invested in the details, but I just thought they loved Marley and wanted to help make her dream proposal happen. The day came. I was a nervous wreck, good nervous though. Everything was set up perfectly. About 30 of our closest friends were hidden nearby. The string lights were glowing, flower petals everywhere, the works. I got down on one knee, pulled out the ring I'd spent 4 months' salary on, and asked her to marry me. She looked shocked. Then she started crying. She said yes. She jumped into my arms. Everyone came out cheering. The drone captured everything. Her friends were recording from multiple angles. It was literally the most perfect moment of my life. The video her friend edited together got posted 3 days later. He proposed and I said yes. It blew up, 2.3 million views. Comments flooded in with congratulations. Brands started reaching out to her about wedding content partnerships. I felt on top of the world. Then we started actually talking about wedding plans. I wanted to meet with both our families to share the news properly. She kept putting it off. I suggested looking at venues. She said it was too soon. I brought up a timeline, even just a rough idea of when we were thinking. She laughed it off. After about a week of this, I sat her down and asked what was going on. Was she having cold feet? Did she need more time? I told her we didn't have to rush anything, but I just wanted to understand where her head was at. That's when she said it. "Kurt, relax. You thought I actually wanted to get married right now. I'm 27. I have a career to build." Obviously, I said yes to your proposal, but it was only for content. The video needed to be good. But come on, who actually gets married at 27 anymore? I genuinely thought I'd misheard her. I asked her to repeat herself. She did, in a tone that made it clear she thought it was perfectly reasonable. Then she added, "The video did amazing though, didn't it? I gained like 8,000 followers from that. You should be happy, you looked great in it." I just stared at her. She was smiling. Actually smiling like she'd just explained something obvious to a child. "Wait," I said slowly. "So when you said yes, you didn't mean yes to marrying me. You meant yes to making a video." "Well, yeah, I mean we can get married eventually maybe. But right now, I'm in my prime content years, Kurt. This is when I build my brand. A wedding would just tie me down." I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I spent 4 months' salary on a ring for a content opportunity. I poured my heart out in front of 30 people for a viral video. I thought I was starting the next chapter of my life with the woman I loved, and it was all just performance. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just said, "I understand." Marley looked relieved. She actually looked relieved that I wasn't making it a big deal. She kissed me on the cheek and said, "I knew you'd get it. This is why I love you. You're so chill." The next day, I ran into 2 of her friends at a coffee shop near our apartment. They saw me and came over all smiles. One of them said, "Hey Kurt, Marley told us you guys talked. You're being so cool about everything." The other one laughed and added, "Honestly, we weren't sure how you'd take it. Men can be so literal sometimes. But you get it, right? This is Marley's moment to shine." "Yeah," the first one said. "You're sweet for being so understanding. Not every guy would be this chill about their girlfriend prioritizing her career." They said it like they were complimenting me, like being okay with being used was some kind of virtue. I just nodded and left. That was 4 days ago. I've barely spoken since then. Marley thinks I'm just processing and coming to terms with a longer engagement. Her friends think I'm being a good sport, but I'm not processing. I'm planning. Is it insane that I feel completely betrayed, or am I overreacting to what she's saying is just different timeline expectations? Update 1. Hey everyone. Didn't expect my last post to blow up like that, but I appreciate all the support and reality checks. A lot of you called me out for being too passive, and you were right. Some of you told me to dump her immediately, and honestly, I thought about it. But then I realized something. She used me for content. She manipulated my emotions, my money, my vulnerability, all for views and followers. She made me into a prop in her narrative. And the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. So I decided if she was going to use me for content, I'd give her content. Just not the kind she wanted. First thing I did was go back through my phone. I'm pretty organized with my digital life. Comes with the job, I guess. I had screenshots of the group chat with her friends where we planned the proposal. Innocent enough on the surface, but I noticed the timestamps. They'd started a separate group chat the same day I reached out to them. I didn't have access to that one, obviously. But here's the thing about Marley and her friend group. They're content creators. They record everything. They have a shared Google Drive for B-roll footage, behind-the-scenes content, all that stuff. Marley had given me access to it months ago so I could pull photos for a birthday video I made her. I went digging. I found a voice note from the day after I contacted her friends about the proposal. It was Marley talking to her closest friend, Maya. The rel Kurt part went like this. "So Kurt wants to propose. Maya, I'm 27, who gets married at 27, but this could be huge for engagement, pun intended." Laughing. "We should totally help him plan it, make it super aesthetic, film everything. I'll say yes for the video obviously, but I'm not actually doing this anytime soon. Maybe when I hit 500K followers, then I can monetize wedding content properly." There was more, so much more. I found a planning doc titled Proposal Content Strategy, where they'd outlined camera angles, how to maximize the viral potential, which clips would work best for TikTok versus Instagram. There was literally a section about managing Kurt's expectations post-proposal. I found behind-the-scenes footage they'd filmed of the setup. In one clip, you can hear someone say, "Do you think he knows this is just for content?" And someone else, I'm pretty sure it was Marley, responds, "Kurt, no, he's easy to manage. Just smile and he's happy." Another voice note, this one from 2 days after the proposal, Marley talking to the group. "Okay, so the video is doing insane numbers, but Kurt is already talking about venue deposits. How do I keep him in the excited engagement phase without actually having to plan a wedding? I need at least 6 months of content out of this before I have to deal with the reality." The most damaging one was a video from the night of the proposal. After everyone had left, after I'd gone home thinking it was the best night of my life, her friends had stuck around. They were drinking champagne, celebrating the views they knew they'd get. And Marley said, clear as day, "I almost feel bad, he's so genuine, but this is business. He'll understand eventually. Men like Kurt are built for the long game. He'll wait." I sat in my apartment for 3 hours just watching and listening to all of it. Every piece of evidence of how calculated this whole thing was. How little I mattered beyond being a useful prop. And here's where it gets interesting. I'm a product designer, but I also do video editing as a hobby. I'm pretty good at it. I took all of this evidence and I created a comprehensive timeline video. It starts with the beautiful proposal footage. Romantic music, drone shots, the whole cinematic experience. Then it cuts to the voice notes. The planning documents shown on screen. The behind-the-scenes footage where they're laughing about it. All of it carefully edited together to tell the complete story. The video is about 8 minutes long. It's devastating. I've watched it probably 50 times, and each time I feel more validated in what I'm about to do. Because here's what I learned from the comments on my last post. She's going to do this again. To our proposal, to our wedding, to our marriage, our whole life together. And if not to me, then to someone else. Everything is content. Everyone is a prop. And the internet that built her up deserves to know what they're actually supporting. But I haven't posted it. Not yet. Because 2 days ago, Marley announced on her Instagram that she's doing an engagement celebration live stream. She wants to thank everyone for the incredible love and support, introduce her fiancé properly to her community, and celebrate this beautiful new chapter. She asked me to be there on camera playing the role of the loving fiancé. She even sent me a list of talking points. Things like how I knew she was the one and what I'm most excited about for our future together. I told her I'd be there. The live stream is scheduled for tomorrow night, 8 p.m. EST. She's expecting thousands of viewers based on how well the proposal video did. I'm going to be there, all right. And I'm going to make sure everyone sees the full story. A lot of you said I needed to grow a spine. Consider it grown. Update 2. I need to write this while it's fresh because what just happened is absolutely insane. The live stream started at 8 p.m. like planned. Marley had her setup all ready, ring light, good camera, the works. She'd done her makeup perfectly, wore the outfit her followers had voted on in a poll. Everything was aesthetic and on brand. I showed up at 7:45. She seemed surprised I was early but happy about it. "You're never early," she said, laughing. "You must be excited." I just smiled. By 8:00, she had about 6,000 viewers. By 8:10, it was up to 14,000. The comments were flooding in with congratulations, heart emojis, people saying we were relationship goals. Some of her brand partners had tuned in. I recognized a few usernames from companies she'd worked with. Marley was in her element. She talked about the proposal, showed clips from the video again, gushed about how surprised and overwhelmed she'd been. She talked about me like I was a fairy tale prince. "He's just the most thoughtful, genuine, loving person I've ever met." Then she turned to me. "Kurt, come say hi to everyone." I sat down next to her in frame, waved, said hello. The comments went crazy with "he's so cute," and "you guys are perfect." Marley asked me to tell everyone about how I planned the proposal. I started talking, keeping it light and sweet. Described working with her friends, wanting everything to be perfect for her, how nervous I was. She was beaming. The viewer count hit 15,000. Then I said, "Actually, you know what? I have a video I put together. Kind of a behind-the-scenes look at the whole journey. Would you mind if I shared it with everyone?" Marley's smile flickered for just a second. "Oh, I didn't know you made a video." "Yeah," I said, already pulling up the screen share. "I wanted to show everyone the complete story, the full picture of what went into that proposal and everything that came after." I could see her tense. She tried to play it off. "Babe, maybe we should." But I'd already hit share. The video started, beautiful proposal footage just like her video, romantic music. For the first 30 seconds, everyone in the comments was loving it. Then the music cut. Marley's voice note started playing. "So Kurt wants to propose. Maya, I'm 27, who gets married at 27, but this could be huge for engagement." I watched Marley's face go white. She reached for the laptop, but I'd angled it away from her. The video kept playing. The planning document flashed on screen. "Proposal content strategy, maximizing viral potential." More voice notes. "Kurt, no, he's easy to manage. Just smile and he's happy." The behind-the-scenes footage of them laughing. "Do you think he knows this is just for content?" And finally, the champagne celebration. Marley's voice. "I almost feel bad, he's so genuine, but this is business. He'll understand eventually. Men like Kurt are built for the long game." The video ended with a black screen and white text. She said yes for the content, not for the marriage, not for me. The comments section absolutely exploded. Thousands of comments flooding in every second. The viewer count spiked to 22,000 as people were sharing the link in real time. "This can't be real, you used him for content. I'm unfollowing right now. This is disgusting." Someone screen record this before she ends the stream. Marley was frozen, actually frozen. She was staring at the screen, her mouth slightly open, not blinking. I think she was in shock. The live stream chat was moving so fast it was unreadable. Her phone started buzzing non-stop. I could see emails coming in on her laptop. Her management company, brand partners, sponsors. She finally found her voice. That's not. You can't just. But what could she say? It was her own voice, her own words, her own planning documents. I stood up, looked directly into the camera. For everyone watching, I'm sorry you had to see this, but I thought you deserved to know that the authentic love story you've been following was a content strategy. Marley's talented at a lot of things, but being genuine isn't one of them. I logged off the screen share. The live stream was still going, but now it was just Marley sitting there with 23,000 people watching her world implode in real time. I left. By the time I got to my car, my phone was blowing up. Friends texting, my brother calling. Even my mom, who barely uses social media, had somehow heard about it. I drove to my brother's place and I've been here ever since, watching this unfold. The live stream ended about 10 minutes after I left. Marley just sat there for a while, then reached forward and turned it off without saying anything. But it was too late. People had screen recorded everything. It's been uploaded to YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, everywhere. TikToker exposed for faking engagement for content is trending. Her follower count has dropped by 30,000 in 3 hours. Comments on her old posts are brutal. People are going back through all her content calling everything fake. She's texted me 53 times. I counted. They started with anger. How could you do this to me? You've ruined everything. Then shifted to bargaining. We can fix this. Please just post that it was a misunderstanding. And now she's at begging. I'm sorry. Please make it stop. They're destroying me. Her friends are in full damage control mode. A couple of them posted statements trying to distance themselves, saying they didn't know the full story and they thought Marley had discussed this with Kurt. One of them actually apologized to me publicly. The brand deals are falling apart. I saw screenshots of companies emailing her to terminate partnerships. Something about values misalignment and breach of authenticity clauses. I just feel empty. I thought I'd feel victorious or satisfied, but I just feel tired. I did what I needed to do. She used me, humiliated me, turned the most vulnerable moment of my life into a business transaction. And now everyone knows. I don't know what happens next. I'm staying at my brother's for now. I've already started looking for a new apartment since we live together. All I know is I'm done being anyone's content. Edit, for people asking about legal stuff, I'm consulting with a lawyer just to make sure I'm covered. Everything I shared was factual and obtained from shared accounts I had legitimate access to, but better safe than sorry. Final update. So I wasn't planning to update again, but some wild shit has happened in the last week, and I figure I owe you guys closure since you've been on this journey with me. First, the immediate aftermath. Marley's follower count bottomed out at about 73,000. She lost almost 50,000 people in total. Her engagement rate died completely. Posts that used to get 50K likes are now getting maybe 2,000, and the comments are still brutal. She deleted most of her recent content, including the proposal video, but obviously that's been saved and re-uploaded everywhere. The brand partnerships all fell through. Every single one. She had 3 sponsored posts scheduled that week worth about $15,000 total in her contracts. All canceled. Her management company dropped her. They sent a very corporate email about irreconcilable differences in representation, but everyone knows what it really meant. Here's where it gets interesting though. 3 days after the livestream explosion, I got a call from Maya, the friend who was on that first voice note. She asked to meet me for coffee. I almost said no, but curiosity got the better of me. She showed up looking absolutely wrecked. Turns out the friend group has completely imploded. When the story blew up, they all turned on each other trying to save their own followings. 2 of them publicly blamed Marley and said they had no idea it wasn't real. Marley fired back with screenshots proving they were all in on it from the start. Now they're all dealing with their own follower backlash and lost sponsorships. Maya told me she wanted to apologize in person. She said watching that live stream and seeing my face when I played the video made her realize how badly they'd messed up. "We got so caught up in views and engagement that we forgot you were a real person with real feelings," she said. I appreciated the apology, but I didn't absolve her. I told her that's exactly the problem with content creation culture. People become characters, relationships become storylines, and authentic human moments become monetizable assets. She cried a little. I left. But here's the unexpected part. The video I created, the one that exposed everything, it's gotten over 8 million views across various platforms. A digital media company reached out to me last week. They saw the video and were impressed by the editing, the narrative structure, the way I compiled everything. They offered me a freelance position creating video content for their social media channels, potentially leading to full-time if it goes well. The pay is actually better than my current design job. I have a meeting with them next Tuesday. I'm seriously considering it. As for my living situation, I moved out of the apartment Marley and I shared. Found a nice one-bedroom in a different neighborhood. It's smaller, but it's mine. Just me and the houseplant my brother got me as a congratulations on your freedom gift. The plant is somehow still alive, which I'm taking as a good sign. Now, the big plot twist that people keep asking about. A lot of you assumed I posted the video publicly to Twitter or TikTok or wherever. I didn't. I only shared it during the live stream, through Marley's own screen share function, to her own audience. But here's what I found out. Marley had her live stream settings configured to automatically save and upload the full stream to her YouTube channel after it ended. It's a feature a lot of creators use so they don't have to manually upload VODs later. So when the live stream ended, the entire thing, including my video reveal and her meltdown, automatically uploaded to her YouTube channel for her 45,000 subscribers. She didn't realize until it had already been up for 30 minutes and had 100,000 views. By the time she deleted it, people had already screen recorded the whole thing and uploaded it everywhere. The damage was done. So technically, Marley exposed herself. There's something poetic about that. She built her following by carefully curating and controlling her narrative, and in the end, her own platform turned against her because she'd automated the authenticity away. As for Marley herself, she's gone dark. Deleted her TikTok, privated her Instagram, hasn't posted anywhere in 6 days. I heard through mutual friends that she's staying with her parents in Ohio and figuring things out. I don't wish her harm. I actually hope she learns something from this and becomes a better person. But that's not my problem anymore. The ring, by the way, I returned it. Got about 70% of what I paid back, which was better than I expected. I used some of that money to buy a really nice camera. If I'm going to be creating content now, I might as well invest in the tools. Life feels weird right now. Like I'm in a transition chapter where I'm not sure what the next plot point is. But for the first time in months, that uncertainty feels exciting instead of terrifying. I'm not the same person who got down on one knee 2 months ago. That guy was naive, conflict avoidant, too willing to ignore red flags for the sake of keeping the peace. This version of me is sharper, more aware, less willing to be anyone's accessory. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but I do know this. I proposed because I loved her. She said yes for content. And in the end, content saved me from her. Thanks for coming on this journey with me, Reddit.